Sony is working on a new counterpunch to Xbox Game Pass. Well, let's find out what the hell they're working on. All this and much more on this episode of the Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by digitalcracknetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher305, and with me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
It's Friday.
Yes.
Happy hour soon. We need to get this done.
Let's do this.
But first off.
Yes.
How about that ending for Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Oh my God, bro.
Still thinking about it.
Yes. It is gone real. It's real. Real.
It's like they say in the hood. It's really real.
Yeah, it did. Oh my God. And guys, if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it now as soon as possible before somebody spoils it for you, because it's that good. And when you do watch it, comment down below. We need to talk about it. Now, on with the show. So guys, this segment is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIAGeeks10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS10. On the cash description down below. Copy the promo code, click on the link, put in the shopping cart. That's 10% saved, plus an additional percentage off in the website alone. Make sure to check it out. Also, make sure to hit like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know what comes with amazing news, which is 3 times a week. You cannot go wrong. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we also sneak in a little something there, just in case. And now, let's get started. So, Willie, it looks like former God of War director claims that Sony is working on a counterpunch for Xbox Game Pass. And I can't believe it. It's David Scott Jaffe that's talking about this, dude. Out of all people.
I figured that sooner or later something would come up, but I didn't expect it to come from DSJ himself.
At all.
We have spoken to him before. He is quite the gentleman. Indeed. But yeah. I mean, okay, so basically, he had somebody on his podcast, if I'm correct. Well, he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He invited someone who had started a petition to fire Jim Ryan, the head of Sony, head of PlayStation, I should say. Yeah. And Jaffe went and basically said, "Listen, it's premature." And he gave a bunch of reasons, and he did throw out there the truth about what's coming out and what their counterpunch to Game Pass is. So he says he's spoken to several people in Sony who are saying that something's coming up. I am interested in this, number one, because competition's always good. Indeed. And two, because a move like that would be counter to what Sony's been just about like everything they've been up to. They don't like the whole concept of giving people a subscription service that will give you everything. No, at all, dude. And especially that Xbox has been doing this for a good amount of time. Now they're kind of like seeing it, they're like, dude, couple years. Yeah, already. And the thing is that PlayStation is kind of losing that flame almost. And with this will be a huge change in the gaming industry, at least. And I would love to see what they're going to bring out, or how. You know what? I'm interested in all the who, what's, where's, and whys. I mean, why? We already know why, but I want to know who's doing this, how much it's going to cost, what they're going to include in there, because this is going to be indeed a big game changer. To be fair, it's not like PlayStation Now is a bad service. Okay. Because you get to play quite a few games from different consoles, not just the latest console. So you get games for PS3, PS4, and PS5. I believe there's some PS2 in there. I don't remember seeing any PS2 stuff. But then again, they're not big fans of their older stuff. But you get to play, some good titles. And not just on your console, but you can play it on PC as well. I don't know if you know that. But the big thing that Game Pass has that Sony has been hesitant to do is day and date new releases. So if a game comes out in stores from Xbox, it's going to be in Game Pass. They've been hesitant to offer that on PlayStation Now. Are they going to do it? What do you think?
I don't know. I just want to see what's going to happen and when they're going to bring this out. Which, of course, they're going to probably announce this on E3. So we're gonna have to keep our ears open and our eyes freaking as wide as possible to see when this is gonna drop. But I got a huge feeling it's gonna be on E3 because, of course,
maybe
E3.
not. Maybe not.
Maybe
Remember
not.
that E3 as a concept is not something that Sony's been doing. They didn't do it last year. They could just do like their own Nintendo Direct style. I'm sorry that Nintendo did it first. They can do their own Direct style state of play where they can go and just drop it.
That is very true. That is very true. But I mean, let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna keep my eye on this, just like you are, and we will come up with all the news as soon as we hear something. Which, guys, stay tuned because once we hear something about this, you're gonna hear from us immediately. But now we have to continue with something else, guys. And it looks like the new Resident Evil Showcase event set for April 15th. Capcom is planning on its second Resident Evil news dump of the year, including another trailer for Resident Evil Village, the next mainline Resident Evil game that's coming out, which I really want to see more of that game, especially the tall lady, because yes, I'm a sick bastard, so I can't wait. But again, it's gonna happen.
I get you.
Guys, so stay tuned about that April 15th, and it's gonna come down and it's gonna be airing at 6 p.m. EDT or PDT time, which I can't.
So 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
There we go. Willie knows best.
Can I just share that on the website, on the Polygon website, where they have this story? I have right on the side. Marvel releases a full hour-long Zemo dancing video.
That is God.
Right, and there, suddenly, it's the only thing that I care about.
Zemo's the best, bro. I love Zemo.
Zemo's a douche.
Yeah, but he's
an honest douche.
Yes.
You'll see why. Oh my God, this video is everything. This video is everything. Please put it up. Do you don't have to put any sound.
No.
This guy,
let's just worship at this right here. This is just
like regular dancing Euro trash. I have to say it.
But he's funny. I love him. But he is
awesome in this show, but he's a douchebag.
Indeed, he is. His mind fucks are just amazing. But Willie, we need to talk. This game is being held back again in its Deathloop until September 14th, which I know you've been very eager about this game. This is a game that you've been looking forward to. It already had a March release date, but now it's held back to September 14th. What are your thoughts about this? The fact that they're holding it back to a couple more months now.
I mean, their reasoning behind it is that COVID-19 has really messed with a lot of things, and so I don't want them to rush things. Yes, I may want to. I mean, the core game mechanic looks awesome. It looks like it's going to be really fun to play. But I don't want them to pull a Cyberpunk.
No.
If you feel that you need to push it back for it to be right, then you push it back until it's right.
You know what? And thank God you say that, because there's a lot of people out there that, they get very hurt, or they feel that, the industry is messing with them. And I personally agree with you on here, Willie, which if they're going to be holding back the game Deathloop until September 14th, maybe to do some more polishing, maybe make sure there's no bugs. I mean, come on, guys. Look what happened with Cyberpunk. And it was all because they held it back and trying to polish it and whatever, but they didn't do no stress tests. They didn't check out if there's any bugs. It was a hot mess, a hot mess.
Well, there was more to Cyberpunk than just lack of polish. They actively, hid the fact that the previous gen versions were hot garbage, and they didn't do enough testing, or actually they didn't perform enough fixes to the testing to matter worth a damn, because it was bugged even on PC. So yeah, saying that I don't want another Cyberpunk is a little bit of an exaggeration. Yeah, but still, you don't need to rush a game. I hate the whole mentality of release it now, patch it later.
I say, get it all done. Cross your I's, dot your T's. Make sure that it's perfectly set. And then whenever updates you want to push into the game, a new DLC, a new character, a new mode, or whatever the hell you want to do it, add it. But make sure the game is perfectly fine to play with.
Maybe that's what happened to Cyberpunk.
What?
That they crossed the I's and dotted the T's.
Damn it.
I have several questions.
See?
I
think we know what happened.
Now you're just saying that. Now I just went totally cross right now. I was like, okay. I just rebooted right now. I'm yeah.
Yeah, that effect on people.
All right. So PlayStation, Xbox, and Valve called on to drop 6 days of Fallujah.
All
right. Can you explain more about this one, Willie?
Okay, this one is a really, really, really hot topic.
Okay.
6 Days in Fallujah came out a few years ago, talking about they wanted to recreate the Battle of Fallujah in Iraq during the Second Iraq War, which was a very controversial battle, because now we're not just talking about combat in houses and in neighborhoods. We're talking about the possibility that the U.S. committed war crimes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And there's a lot of people that are real sensitive about that, and yet the developer has been pushing forward to release this. Their take on it is that they're not trying to take a political side. They're just trying to show people what happened during that battle. I think that's a pretty myopic way of seeing things. Yeah, okay, it could be interesting to look at things that happened in history, but some things you don't touch. There's plenty of World War II shooters, but you don't see missions where you have to go to Germany and infiltrate Auschwitz for a reason. And so a prominent Muslim group has called for the game to be dropped, not by the developer, but dropped by PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. I think that they should really. They should. I get it. You want to recoup your money, and you want to put this out there to at least break even. But at the very least, think about the fact that this is not something just as cut and dry as, well, it was a battle. Somebody won, somebody lost. A lot of lives were upended, and if it turns out that the U.S. really did commit war crimes, it's more of a stain on us than it is on anybody else. But what do you think?
I don't know, man. I just think if we're going to be doing some more war games, I guess, and they want to keep it as accurate as possible, that is a touchy subject because, there are two sides to that coin, and making something as bluntly honest as possible, or putting something out there that shouldn't happen in the war, or if it did happen, it does cross some lines. So I think, this, I don't really know what to think, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that we have some veterans out there. Go ahead.
It's something that you don't want to think about when you think about video games, because sometimes video games can press the wrong buttons.
It can, and it's very true about that. But this one right here, very specifically, it does push some heavy buttons right now.
Some subject matter just shouldn't be touched in a video game. At the end of the day, a video game is escapism. You don't need that much reality in your escapism.
You know what? You're absolutely right there, Willie. And there is one thing that we cannot escape is whatever's going on in real world. Like, for instance, Ubisoft hires a new chief people officer after reports of abuse and sexism. Now,
oh yeah, didn't you know about that?
No, that's crazy.
Ubisoft hired abusers.
Yeah, which I was like, but what? Like, I stopped. I was like, dude, like, don't you do background checks? Don't you guys look into anything possible when you hire somebody? Because Jesus Christ, it almost sounds like anybody can get in. Technically, they can after this one. But can you fill us a little more with what's going on here?
Ubisoft got outed for having a culture in their offices where they fostered and allowed people to be abused sexually and emotionally. That was something that came out earlier this year, and Ubisoft was supposed to have conducted a third-party investigation. Ain't heard shit from it. The people that were most responsible for it, they got to leave. Nothing happened to them. Now they're hiring somebody that's supposed to hold them accountable.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the hire itself is a bad thing. I don't know if you saw this, but the NBA's Dallas Mavericks had a similar problem years ago.
Jeez.
Where they had a similar culture of sexism and abuse, and they hired somebody to turn that around, and they turned it around quite well from what I've been hearing.
Okay.
So yes, this can be a positive step, but how about acknowledging the fact that you had that culture to begin with, which they have not done.
It's a game.
Well, I mean, they acknowledge that they had it.
It's a very touchy thing, though.
They acknowledge that they had it, but nobody's been held accountable. That's what needs to happen. Accountability.
Yeah. And and treat your work environment not like a frat house. Because dude, work is work, and you need to be respected and respected as no matter what sex you are.
I like eating shit. I have my off-color jokes. I have, my sense of humor is rather dark.
Indeed, it is.
Not in the workplace.
No, indeed, bro, and that is true. It's not meant for workplace. Like, again, guys, me and Willie, we go back since college. And we have really dark humor. But the thing is that we understand it. So we just keep it amongst just us. We don't go out there, hey, guys, this. And, nobody wants to hear it because then we're like, oh, that's kind of offensive, guy. Nobody needs to know that.
At the end of the day, we're friends.
Indeed.
This podcast that we're doing, we want it to be a business, but it's not a business right now. It's just a bunch of friends getting together and talking about video games and movies.
Yeah.
Does the subject matter get a little weird sometimes on here? Yes, it does.
It does.
But I'm not forcing it on anybody.
I kind of am, but that's just me.
Well, you're forcing it on me, and I'm forcing it back on you, and that's just, I'm better at it. You're the one that cries.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But still,
in the workplace, yes, we can make friends, and we can, you can hang out with your coworkers and your friends, they can be your friends, but not in the workplace.
No, at all.
In the workplace, keep it professional, because not everybody is going to be as dark as I am. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, nobody's going to be as dark as I am.
Actually, I think we do know someone that could be darker than you.
Yeah, but I divorced her. But yeah, Cousin Jose is also that dark. That's why we're friends.
Indeed.
That's why guys' night is the wonderful thing that it is.
But Willie, I do have to say there is someone darker and worse than you, and it's WB, dude.
No.
Oh yeah, that's
WB's bad. Not dark. WB's not dark.
Well, okay,
and I know this because they hired someone who was dark in Zack Snyder and kicked them out.
Well, let's get to this part then.
Didn't really kick them out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, But look, Batman vs Superman theatrical release was sabotaged by WB Cuts, says the writer. And hey, you're gonna tell me that's not dark? That is horrible, dude. To have it sabotaged.
We knew it happened to some degree,
mm-hmm.
but to have someone actually confirm it that was involved with the movie mm-hmm. is something else. And this is the screenwriter Chris Terrio.
Yeah.
Who says that before the movie came out, Warner Brothers did order a hatchet to it.
That's horrible, dude. It's like having a hitman job on this thing, dude.
Well, because it's common knowledge now. WB was expecting Batman v Superman mm-hmm. to be their first $1 billion movie in this franchise.
Okay.
Man of Steel didn't perform to their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
They saw that Batman v Superman was going to be more of the same. They felt that it was running a little too long, so they took a hatchet to it. This is a business reason. One of the reasons why you don't see 4-hour movies is because movie studios want to have something that's manageable for theaters, because theaters want to pack as many people into a showing as possible. And it's not just the number of seats in a theater that accounts for, how much money they can get out of an audience. It's how many screenings they can show a day. If you remember, Avengers Endgame was the biggest movie on the face of the earth, but it was over 3 hours.
Yeah.
How did the theaters handle that? They put more showings.
Yeah.
At Cinebistro, on opening night, Avengers Endgame was the only movie they were showing.
Oh yeah, I remember that, dude. It was
so in order to maximize
all the settings, every seat.
So in order to maximize the number of showings, they just kicked out other movies. And they also decided they were going to run around the clock. They had 2 and 3 a.m. showings. Theaters can't do that regularly. If they're going to do it, the movie better be worth it. Endgame had proven that it could be worth it because, it wasn't Endgame that proved it. It was Infinity War that proved it, but Endgame just solidified it.
Yeah.
So the movie theaters were willing to bend the rules for that one movie. Batman v Superman had not earned it at that point. And so the theaters were going to be reluctant to show a movie that was too long. So WB said, let's trim it down. Because we need to have them maximize their screenings. Because this thing needs to make $1 billion. They cut 30 minutes out. 30 minutes out that they didn't put back until they made the director's cut. And so the movie suffered.
Damn, dude.
Wouldn't you say?
I think so, man. Especially, look, again, I have a kind of a soft spot for this movie, especially the extended cut, which shows you a lot more, and you get a little more feel for it.
The extended cut has all the stuff that was cut out,
yeah,
and it made the story more coherent.
Yes.
Something that WB did not learn when Justice League came around is that if you start cutting out too much shit, things become incoherent. And if you let Joss Whedon take a knife to it, then it's going to get really incoherent.
Yeah, he cut it up.
He did what he did, and whatever. WB has to live with that one.
Whatever, it passed. But you know what, man? Guys, what do you think about all this and technically everything that we're talking about, guys? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, especially on this one, the whole thing with WB cuts and everything else. We're talking about a lot of things, but let us know on the comments, though. Can
you imagine had they left Batman v Superman alone, and it would have made $1 billion?
Can you imagine?
The Snyderverse would still exist.
Yeah, it would have.
They sabotaged themselves.
Yeah, there's still hope that there might be a possibility for the Snyder cut, but Snyderverse. Excuse me, the Snyderverse.
There's no possibility. They shut that down. They shut it down.
Let's see, man. Let's. You know what? Never say never. Never say never.
You are the eternal optimist. I am. You
should know better. Because look, we said it before that they were not going to make a Justice League movie, and they got the rights for it again. So let's see what happens.
They have the rights because Warner owns DC.
Well, of course, but then they give them the money to make it happen. So all I can say is let's wait and see what happens. Because again, Optimus Prime over here, I say that there might be something.
You said that. There's a $700 Optimus Prime.
Bro,
there's a $700 Optimus Prime toy that walks and transforms by itself.
I want 6 of them already. I already said it.
I want a fleet of Optimus Primes.
I let them all do it simultaneously. Like,
if you buy the Optimus Prime via Amazon Prime, does the double Prime make it stronger?
You got the touch. That's all I gotta say.
You could have just played it. Play it.
I can't.
You got the power. Yeah.
Yes, but either way, yes. Now, Netflix is in the talks right now, guys, and it looks like they're going to be getting exclusive streaming rights for future Sony films. And for future Sony films, we're talking about the Spider-Man franchise as well. So, I'm not sure how this is going to even work out, being that, Sony pretty much, I mean, like I'm still kind of stuck in the middle about this, because being that if we have Marvel taking all their movies and putting it into their streaming services, how is Netflix going to allow having Spider-Man franchise play on Netflix? Willie, do you have any thoughts about this one, or how can this happen?
Well, Sony is right now the streaming wars are a big deal. Everybody wants to have their own streaming service, and Sony is kind of sucking hind tit on this one. They have a streaming service. They have two. I don't know if you know this. Crackle is theirs. You remember Crackle?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you don't, because no one does. They recently started a 4K lossless streaming service called Bravia Core.
Okay.
But the market is crowded right now. There are so many streaming services vying for your attention. And there's no way that Sony's going to be able to get a finger in. So them partnering with Netflix is a good thing for them. I mean, they're not going to get the full revenue of it as if they had their own streaming service, but they don't have to spend that much money on infrastructure to get their own streaming service going. You know that the only part of Sony that's really profitable is their PlayStation, right?
Okay.
So Sony Movies isn't making enough money to make a streaming service of their own worthwhile. And remind the fact that they don't have that many properties that people will really go crazy for. But it's interesting because Netflix gets a Marvel property a long while after their deal with Marvel fell through. You actually get to watch Spider-Man movies on Netflix now.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Well, Netflix is very okay with that.
Oh yeah. But still, I kind of like Spider-Man. Just 1 and 2.
It's a good movie. The recent Tom Holland movies have been great.
Oh no, they've been awesome.
And the upcoming one, No Way Home, is bound to be insane.
Oh, it's gonna be bonkers, dude. And I am all in for it. I am so ready for it.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So am I.
Any moment, at any moment, one of those little portals that Doctor Strange opens up is going to open up, and Vin Diesel is going to try to drive in his fucking Dodge. Officially, Fast and Furious is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And he's going to have to hide behind the wheel when he does Groot's voice. Hey, what's that over there? Oh, I'm Groot. And then just hide back and what the hell is that?
That'll be funny. He sees Groot and he's like, why does he sound like me?
Groot. He says he says the same thing.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
But look, man. What?
Listen, that's the only thing that's left. The only people that have not been in a Fast and Furious movie are Betty White, Kevin Hart, and everybody in the MCU.
We're gonna have one of them. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna have one of them soon. Let's see just which one.
I don't know who. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That'd be fucked up. That'd be fucked up.
That'd be crazy. That'd be nuts. But I want him to come back as a hologram. I don't know why. I just want them to come back like some sort of a hologram, or like a mentor. I have a feeling he'll
be back in the MCU as a hologram.
Yeah, same here.
The whole Ironheart thing.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Being that we're talking about the MCU, Disneyland is gonna be kicking it up full speed now, dude. Disneyland's Avenger Campus first look video confirms it's opening up in June. Dude, is there any day possible that I would love to be in Cali right now just to see this freaking park?
I need to see Avengers Campus.
Oh my God.
I need it. I need
it. Dude. You're going to get, it's just technically Marvel Land. I just want to call it that because it's everything I want to be in there. So we got a first look at Disneyland's Adventure Campus, reveals a long-awaited area that's going to be opened up in June 4th, actually. So on Thursday of June 4th, of course, when it happened, Disney Parks announced that the Avengers Campus will finally open to the public. with some new look at the rides that they're going to be having. Of course, one of the main rides that they took down was the Tower of Terror and became now the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. You're going to have the Spider-Man ride there and the Ancient Sacrum. I can never say Sanctum. We're going to have that there. And also you're going to have like a bunch of other things like the Avengers, what is it called? Well, it's like an Avengers headquarters you're going to have there.
Yeah, but, the Avengers campus.
Sorry. Jeez. Eat me while you're at it.
No. I don't eat food past the expiration date.
Oh, fuck you. But still, I will love to be there. Actually, it's more like a we. Disneyland, if you're listening to us, which I hopefully think you probably are, maybe, give us an invite. We will love to go there. We would love to be the first ones there to freaking record everything, be on those rides, and just give us a full breakdown of all the coolness that you guys have there. I would love to.
You know what the fucked up thing is?
What?
We have to wait to go to California to go see Avengers Campus because fuck you, Universal. That's why. Did you know that?
No.
Disney cannot build anything Marvel related on the East Coast because Universal has those rights.
Oh, shit me.
And so I hope that Harry Potter, that ride that they have there, I hope it breaks down. I hope it can never run again. Universal, I don't mean it. Y'all are good. But still,
invite us too. We want to be there too. We want to be in Marvel Land.
No, I don't want to go on principle.
I got you.
Come on now, man. We could have had Avengers Campus. I'm going to Disney soon. I could have had Avengers Campus right there.
Actually, you know what? Don't skip that thought though yet, because there's word from all the times I've gone to Disney that they might open up a separate area in Disney World for a more Avengers Campus as well, Willie.
They can't.
They said they will.
Legally, they cannot. The only thing that I have to look forward to is the Tron ride in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, that's gonna be hot.
Which is a decent consolation prize, but come on, guys.
Yeah, indeed. You know what? And I'm gonna have to break down some more bad news, Willie, which is Top Gun Maverick and Mission Impossible 7 release dates are delayed again. Dude, can we just get kicked in the nuts already? Because this is what it feels like already.
I've had enough feet down there. Thank you very much. I don't need one more.
All right, fine. But look, this is what's going on, guys. So Top Gun 2 or Top Gun Maverick has been moved from its original date now to November 17th. And Mission Impossible 7 is moved from its date to now May 27th. I have a feeling they're doing this move because they don't want to have a conflict in certain movies, especially they're with the same actor. So I guess they're doing that, but I'm not going to lie. I wanted to see Top Gun Maverick as a summer blockbuster because that's what I would love to feel that this movie would have been about. But being that Mission Impossible 7 has that same finesse, I guess, for for that type of movie, I guess. I mean, Willie, what do you think about this, dude?
First of all, I didn't think that 7 movies in we'd be talking about this, but the Mission Impossible series is really fucking good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, those are really good movies. That being said, I didn't think I was going to be into Top Gun Maverick. You know how I feel about sequels that are way past their expiration date.
Indeed, I know. I think everyone knows, actually.
But I want to see this movie.
I do, too.
I want to see this movie because, well, first of all, I always wanted to be a pilot, and I wanted to be a naval pilot. But not just that, it's the fact that this really looks good.
It does. And if we're going to get the same freaking Kenny Loggins music, I want in.
Kenny Loggins is the soundtrack of the 80s.
Dude,
we can't have him making music now. Someone get Lil Nas X on the phone.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's either him or Cardi B. Take your pick.
I'll take Lil Nas X right now. Please.
Can we get nothing against Cardi B. Because she be making money moves, but no.
Yeah, no. I understand completely, Willie. But fine. I mean, guys, what do you think about this whole change up of the movies? Do you think it's going to be affecting you? Do you think it's going to affect Hollywood? Or do you think it's even a wise move they even did this? But please, comment down below. We will love to know what you think about that and everything else in between, guys. But I would still want to say thank you very much for joining us today on this amazing podcast. And as always, what the fuck is wrong with me today? As always, this segment is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIA Geeks 10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS 10. All the caps, description down below. You know the drill, guys. Copy, paste, 10%, bada bing, you know it. And make sure to hit like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification button just know when we come with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week. You cannot go wrong, guys. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we also slip in a little something in between, just for the hell of it. But thank you very much for joining us today, and we will see you soon. Peace.
It's happy hour. Bye.